We're in Scituate today. Massive red oak, Quercus rubra, almost 3 feet around. Probably was a double tree at one point, and then that piece fell off. Got some nice white pine in here, Pinus strobus. You have an American beech right there. Vegas Americana. Old pitch pine, Pinus radiata. Another one right there. Some Dendrolycopodium obscurum, or flat branch club moss. Here we have Corylus cornuta, or the beaked hazelnut. Pretty common birch family shrub. These are going to be yellow danglers pretty soon, and then this is going to make a little pink fluff. Pink flower. It's teeny. It's like the size of my pinky nail. It's even smaller. Just a little poof of purple. And that's the female, I guess, flower. And this is the male catkin. Wind pollinated. Here we have Dendrolycopodium hickey, or round-leaved Dendrolycopodium. It's definitely the round-leaved one because you can kind of twist them in your fingers. It's not the flat-leaved one like this one, which is obviously flat. You can see the huge difference in form these should have. But you can roll those right around. Awesome. Here we have a little sporulating atrichum, a type of moss. These are its little spore capsules, and then there's the leaves. Right here we have Rubus hispidus, or trailing raspberry, or swamp dewberry. Here we have Smilax rotundifolia, or greenbrier. And right here we have Goodyear pubescens. It's an orchid. These are its old flowers, / seeds. And here's the little basil rosette. My favorite. Here we have the beautiful Lyonia ligustrina, or he huckleberry. It's a common blueberry shrub. And it has little white flowers. That's what these used to be, and then they turn into these woody capsules. Here we have a moss in the genus Eulata on these boulders. Here's some Machilla repens. These are white flowers. 2 white flowers are turned into 1 red berry. It's a trailing viney plant in the coffee family, or the Rubiaceae. Different mosses here. Thudium delicatum, Hedwigia ciliata, a Minium or a Plagiominium. We have more Hedwigia, some Dicranum, and this is probably Calicladium haldinanium, or beautiful branch moss. Here's some beautiful Thelia hirtella and a Carex going on the base of this white oak. Here we have the beautiful high bush blueberry, Vaccinium corymbosum. Nice little buds. Very nice. Some beautiful Clethra alnifolia, or sweet pepper bush. The woodland here was partially cleared. They probably cleared, probably 2 of every 3 trees. So 2/3 of the trees they cut, which is fine. It'll lead to a more open woodland with more of a forb layer, which isn't bad. Pretty good. A lot of stuff can come up in a forest like this. Here we have Polytrichum commune, haircat moss. Giant, probably 3.5 to 4 foot around white pine fell. What a gap. What a tree. Got all the dendros in the ground around it. Probably just obscurum. Yep, a bunch of obscurum. The most common one. Nice little pond here with all the big white pines. Massive one that fell down right there. Got some oaks, dead oaks. Lots of dendros in the ground. Oh look, more Goodyear. It's awesome. Right here, Goodyear pubescens. Most common upland orchid. Right here we have some awesome Diphastrum digitatum. Another somewhat common lycopod, or club moss. An ancient lineage of plants. Right here we have a tiny grove of Pinus resinosa, or red pine. It might be a planted population, or it might be a natural one. They're quite rare out this way because there was some disease that got them. And here we have Euonymus elatus, the invasive winged bark euonymus, or the burning bush. You can buy at Stop and Shop. Not Stop and Shop, Home Depot. Here we have some young Carya ovatas, a little grove of them. The shagbark hickories, you can tell by the bark. Cool trees. They like richer areas, so that means this must be a rich area. More red pines. This is a common carex that always appears blue, or has blue kind of waxy leaves. I don't know what the exact species is, but I know it's carex, and I know it's distinct because it has blue leaves. I just don't know the exact species. Here's some beautiful alocomnium, ribbed bog moss. Dense thicket of greenbrier and invasives, so I'll have to go around that. Damn. Here's some poison ivy, toxidendron radicans. You can tell because of the furriness, or the hairiness of the vine on the shagbark here. Here we have some Ilex opaca, or the American holly, common in this area. Some small, some big. Beautiful pine maple forest. This is late second succession, almost third. And by third succession, I mean it's on its way to being old growth. Here we got some Lindera benzoin, or the spice bush. Little yellow haze flowers in the early spring, like April, and beautiful yellow foliage in the fall, and with red berries, small red berries, not as crazy as winterberry holly. Here we have a giant Corylus cornetta. It's a huge one. You typically don't see them this big unless it's old. And it is pretty old. I mean, a many-stemmed individual, I mean, this takes, I'd say, over 50 years to form. You can tell it's Corylus because of these little catkins and female flowers. Beautiful. About 15 feet tall. And the understory is just all these dendrolycopodiums, those little lycopods there, with the occasional clethra. That's the secondary shrub in here. Right here we have the invasive Berberis thunbergii, or the barberry, still sold at Home Depot. It's a landscape shrub. It's usually purple or bright green. Here we have the beautiful Monotropa hypopodes, or pine sap. It's a parasitic plant on fungi, aka a microheterotroph. And these are typically red in color when they're going off.